rude.
will in a
I'm not.
second. Oh, you have headphones on anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Anam. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday Night Challenge. I am Rob Barrington. This is Anam Teba, and we are here to challenge the world. Welcome, Anam.
Hi guys.
This week, we have the partner of Joe Grue as our mark on him. Brad Moss, two-time world champion, is the guy that played these hands earlier today, I believe. And I think we might have our work cut out for us. He is a master of not only bridge, but the robots themselves. And we can see when we get to our challenge screen over here, you know you've been in bridge base for a long time when your name is just Brad, basically on bridge base. No numbers, no nothing. This is just Brad. And the reason is I think if memory serves, he helped Fred develop the robots basically and their strategy and kind of how they play. So I
All
think we might
right,
have a
let's
work
see
cut
how
out
his
for us.
children are doing then.
Well, let's jump in to our first hand in the challenge. And once again, folks, just a reminder, this is IMP scoring, which means we're going to play a little differently than you see on the Wednesday morning tournament with Gavin and I. We are going to be playing more aggressive as far as getting to our games. We are certainly going to try to kind of get to our vulnerable games on them and stretch way more than we would in match points. And to be honest, this is usually a lot easier to wrap your head around as far as a scoring system and a bridge play because you kind of can be more flexible in a lot of these spots. Would you say, Anna?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so first things first, 15 points. Let's make your bids, folks. Let's see if you're awake. Pop your bids into the chat. What are you doing with this hand? Third seat, 15 high card points. Make your bid. And then on them, you can hit them with the truth. I think most people that are familiar with our lessons and our idea with this shape in particular are going to make a certain bid. Guys, don't be afraid. Throw your bid in. What are we doing? And Chris, congratulations, by the way. Sounds like you've had some success in your tournaments. We appreciate the shout out, but a scholar is made alone, my friend. You did a lot of hard work to get there, I'm sure. And you are
Exactly.
also correct with your opening bid. We're going to bid a heart with this hand, right?
Yeah, a heart's normal. Some people like to open one no trump when they're 5-4-2-2 with five hearts and four spades because it's a little hard to show the shape. But this hand is so prime, so suity. I don't think
Yeah.
we can do anything other than open one no trump.
And I would
Sorry,
say
one heart.
most of the time when you're 5-4 in the majors, you're going to open, especially when you're spades hearts, because you have such an easy rebid. This one, you might sometimes with maybe more chunky cards in the minors decide to open a heart just to avoid an issue if it goes a heart or no trump or something. But here, I don't think there's anything else we're going to think of. A heart and here it is. Now the question is, make your call, and let's ask the audience while we think about this on them, and also remember this is a little different than our other event that we have live in the fact that we're not really comparing against anyone but Brad Moss, right? So most of the time he's going to do something relatively normal. What's his call in this situation, in this format, in IMPS?
I mean, if he didn't open one no trump, then he's got the same problem we're facing now, and you sort of have to make your best lie at this point. This is the problem with opening one heart with this
Yeah.
particular shape. You have no easy rebid. You're not happy if you bid two clubs and partner passes, of course.
Right.
But we're in a tough spot. We can't really bid two spades. That would be a reverse. So
Not good enough by a lot. Basically, we need like a good 17 or more to be bidding two spades. And also, folks, we should
I mean, you
understand
might
partner
stretch with
doesn't have
16
four
also
spades.
with this shape, but with this
Maybe to show
15,
like that between two
yeah,
no
yeah.
and something bid. But yeah, here
So I think the normal bid at this point is two clubs and hope nothing bad happens.
right.
It's important to note that you're not really afraid of partner raising because then, you just bid again. You don't have to
Yeah,
play
for
three
sure.
clubs. Just accept the invite.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this might look weird, but again, remember, especially with this kind of forcing-ish or semi-forcing position, these are times when we're a maximum that we're going to be bidding a 3-card minor. So we're not necessarily lying to a massive degree here. And here's the raise. Now the question is, do we bid 3-no, or do we just bid 3 hearts? I would just bid 3-no here on them, and I think Brad would probably be doing the same in this spot
I
if
mean,
this is an
playing with a
option.
person, I think you can get away with bidding three spades.
Just to pattern it out, to kind of
Just to
show
pattern it out. But the
where you're
problem
at.
here with a robot in particular, if you bid three spades, you might end up in five clubs or four
Right.
clubs, and now you're never going to get back to hearts or no trump. So the most practical bid at this point, probably three no trump.
Yeah, and it's
But I
weird.
think technically it's better to bid three spades for sure.
You bring up a really good point with three spade bid in general, but also with the robots
With the
and the
robots, it's a little
problem with this
dicey.
bid and the fact that they are persistent when they find a fit at times. So here, I think the
Exactly. So
easiest way
sometimes,
is
guys,
just
you have
kind
to
of
remember with the robots, you're sort of playing a different game, not exactly bidding to the ideal. You're just making practical calls because, at the end of the day, they have their algorithms that they must follow.
it's nice that you said bidding to the ideal. When the dummy comes down, we did not bid to the ideal spot on this end, at least. Unless we're getting a bit of luck here. Let's see what happens. Ace of diamonds. Yeah, good switch by them. So here's the problem. We saw the ace of diamonds get led. They're not leading that from ace empty. At least you wouldn't think so, even with the robots. They have some sort of ace king and something else behind it, and that jack was not a bad card for them, right? That was something that is not good for us, basically. So, what are we thinking initially here on them as far as our pathway to success? It looks like there's this one shot.
Well, so here's the thing. It looks like, you just want to keep East on lead. So your queen and a diamond is guarded. The problem is if you play the 10 and West covers as they should, now we're sort of cut off from the clubs.
Right.
But I mean, if East has something like queen, king, queen tight, that would be nice. Or,
Well, let's
you
see.
know,
Let's hop up with the ace here just to avoid the diamond, and then maybe let's see what happens here. We can still maybe work this out if we can get back to our hand with a spade and just lead towards this and hope for the best in the diamond suit. I don't know. I mean, we have two
I
tricks.
mean, we're definitely no longer getting back to the north end.
Yeah,
Um,
sorry. I don't know why I ducked this, by the way. I don't know why I didn't duck this. This was silly.
well, you
I
didn't
just,
because the diamond was going to come through.
yeah,
I mean, maybe your play is to duck the
that's
club and
probably
hope
right.
that West has something like Jack 10 Doubleton.
Yeah,
Now they can't really overtake, but that's a big parlay also.
yeah, exactly.
It might be the only way for you to make the hand, actually. Probably just ducking the club and, maybe diamonds are 4-4.
Right, right, but too late. Now
Too late.
we
So,
now maybe we have to hope we're getting. Well, I don't think we can ever get to 9 tricks unless they give us a little bit of a hand here.
yeah, now we're going to need some help. So I guess we play a spade. What else can we do?
Right. There's a spade to the ace. We could maybe just exit a club and hope something good's happening, but honestly, we could just play a heart and hope something is coming down for us as well. This looks pretty hopeless at this point.
Yeah, it
Luckily,
does.
it's the same sort of hand we would expect Brad to be seeing. So I don't think this is necessarily something we can do
Brad
greatly.
might be playing three clubs after a no Trump transfer.
Well, let's just finish this off in some sort of way here. I'm just gonna exit and see what we can build up. We're in trouble on him.
Yep, so we did get the Jack 10 Doubleton.
Oh, well, thank you very much. All right, we'll take him. I won. Escaped with our lives. And I'm going to try to
Another
wake
Jack
up
10
now.
4.
Okay. All right. Next case. We're going to start with a heart. This might look weird, folks, but when we're 5-5, we open the higher ranking suit always and forever. And now our
Mm-hmm.
partner responds a spade. Make your call, folks. What are you bidding with this hand? I want to see if the audience is thinking about a bid they might not or might shouldn't be thinking of. One heart, one spade to you, folks. Make your bid.
That's a true story, Connor. 3-0 pays more.
Absolutely. Usually more of a match pointy type decision if we're thinking about majors and no trump, but minors and no trump, we are just thinking one way only almost always. This is good on them. I
So we're
just
getting a lot of these 3-0 answers for this particular hand.
no, two diamonds for
Um,
this hand on them. I think you might be a little lagged up in your chat.
maybe.
Or just scroll down. You might not be seeing the chat right now. I see 2 diamonds. And yes, we do play 2/1, but here this is not what's happening. We opened a heart. Our partner responded 1 spade. And here I just kind of asked this question to make sure no one was bidding 3 diamonds. Guys, this is 3 diamonds is a jump shift and shows even bigger than the hand we referenced last time, which is the reverse. A lot of people kind of see hands like this with this nice shape and they bid way too much on their next turn. When we rebid a suit, anytime we're rebidding a suit at the lowest level and we're not reversing, we're showing a range that's around 12 to 17. So even hands bigger than this would tend to go in this direction. And now we see partner bid 3 hearts, which should be, okay, their limit raise with exactly 3 card support you would expect because they have a bid to show this. Are we thinking of going anywhere beyond game with this on them at this point?
No, I think we're happy in game. It's more what game do we want to bid?
Good question. And were we playing in no trump or imps, it might change as to what we would choose. Would you think on a hand like this, or you think
I
this
mean,
is
on
just
this
all about
particular
tricks
hand, I think I would always attempt to play 3-0 trump
because
with
of your heart
five
suit?
small hearts.
Yeah. So you expect you have potentially 2 sources of
Yeah.
tricks, and you want to make sure you get the best, the
It
biggest
looks
bang.
like we have a game on power, and we just want to avoid going down in game that has a bad break or like, just 3 heart losers
I
and
like it.
something weird.
And we really do have 2 ways to kind of get to 9 tricks, and we can afford like a really terrible heart suit with only a 9 trick threshold. The other thing I will tell you though is I will almost guarantee, I can't guarantee it, but I'll almost guarantee they bid 4 hearts just because the robot, yeah,
Yeah,
the
they're
ro-
not
the robot just
required to pass.
doesn't love to get out of a major suit fit, and whatever, we found a pretty reasonable spot. But you can see we might have a safer route in no trump than we would in hearts. What do you think?
Yeah, let's see here. We have at least 2 heart losers and
Half of a
maybe a
club
club
loser.
loser. So do we need to take this finesse?
Well, let's let the audience take a peek. You can count your winners, also count your losers on this one, and make a line of play here. Plan your play in this because there's a lot of kind of strategic things we can talk about on this hand. Setting up side suits. The jack seems weird as far as them having the king, right? So we might be able to kind of take advantage of this lead as well for a trick or a pitch.
So someone just asked, what if dummies spade look like our hearts? Remember, when we bid 3-0 trump, we're giving partner the inference we have club value,
Yeah.
which, if we have hearts, diamonds, and clubs, if they have bad spades, they're not forced to pass 3-0 trump.
Right, and that's a good question because that's clearly the only suit that could be an issue at that point in the auction, right? So when one of us kind of clips off the no trump, we're certainly showing the ability to kind of deal with that suit that hasn't been discussed yet for sure. All right, so I can tell you kind of how I would like to maybe start with this one. Maybe ace of spades, queen of spades on them, and pitch a club if they don't cover.
If they don't cover, yeah.
Right, and then we
Fair,
can
fair enough.
maybe use the hard entry for the spade pitch and then kind of reconvene from that point. The reason here is just that this jack of spades from left hand opponent just looks super weird, right? It's just, or at least it looks weird without the king being there, and they haven't entered the auction at all. I mean, I guess it could be relatively short over there.
I mean, it looks like a doubleton, but if it's a singleton, it's important to note that it's not a disaster to play this way because
Right.
hopefully they ruff from heart length if they have a stiff spade.
Right. So the question is, do we play? We could dock a heart and then just force a ruff and then still have an entry to dummy and kind of be super safe. But I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would duck a heart at this point.
And here it doesn't really make a huge difference what happens. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, all right. We'll take that for sure. Now, this weird play in the heart suit initially. Heart, they hopped queen and the jack fell. So, is there anything we need to consider in this suit, or should we just play a heart to the 10 here and be done with it? But then they might come through a spade and get a ruff over here and then a diamond loser, possibly. I don't know. What are you doing? What are we thinking here?
Um, Playing the queen from queen 9/3 would be really weird. So I would probably take a finesse.
Boom. There it is. All right. And now we will rip off some diamonds, and we will get super lucky to have everything. But I think they do have a club left, right? They didn't take any roughs in that. There it is. Or a heart left, excuse me.
Mhm.
There we go. Made 5. All right, I would guess, I'm not sure what Brad would do on the first one, but I would guess if we're behind, it's not by much. So we're doing okay so far. Here's our automatic 1 heart opening bid on them. 1 heart, 1 spade, pass. We're just going to rebid 2 hearts. And our partner splinters, which is very interesting. they splinter into our singleton, which is hilarious. Did I bid 2 hearts too quickly here on them? Would you ever think about raising spades with that holding, even with 6 hearts, or no? You just automatically bidding hearts?
I think raising spades is sort of a good idea with this texture. Your hearts aren't great, your spades are excellent. If partner has 5 spades and a stiff heart, they're just always passing.
Yeah. It could have been a much better auction for us if partner didn't have a fit, but luckily for me, partner popped in there with their 3 card heart support. The shortness isn't great for us, but like you said on him, the construction of this hand is pretty awesome. Except we now maybe have a club loser or two where, if we had club shortness, this would be an even better bid.
Well, do we have a club loser or two?
I mean,
Partners splintering and they're creating a
as long
game
as partner
force.
doesn't
They
have
have nothing
a
in
good card in
diamonds.
that suit, yes, this is good.
I mean, they have nothing in diamonds. They're missing the
We
ace king
hope.
of spades. Like, you know, where are their points?
So what do you think? We just key card and go
Yeah,
forward? Or do
I
you
would
want to make a
I
control
don't see
bid?
how anything other than key card is going to get you the information that you want.
And this is a really good thing to talk about. The information we want is mainly in the Trump suit, folks, right? So the way we get that information is through key card, right? When you're looking at hands like this that kind of don't have any like 2 quick losers except in the Trump suit, we get to actually get that information only through key card, right? When you have really good trumps, you might need to find information elsewhere.
Right. I mean, control bidding is very important, but you have to remember the information you're getting is a little bit different than just seeing if we have the key cards. When you're control bidding, you're trying to ascertain if you have less than like 2 quick losers in all of the suits.
Yep. And sometimes
When
you're
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 key
also control
carding,
bidding to determine if you want to play slam, right? Both of you are trying to show
exactly.
extras by this
So
mechanism.
here,
So
like in this particular situation, we have all of the suits under control. We have spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs under control. We have basically the top end of our 2 heart bid, and partner couldn't be looking for more really on this
right.
auction. I mean, maybe the jack of hearts would be nice, but we
Sure.
can't have it all.
Yeah, we'll see what they say here, and they give us 2 key cards without the queen. So we should know, they either have the ace king of hearts and not the ace of diamonds. We would expect that to be the case, by the way, because they splintered. But there are times where they do this in a weird way. Have you heard anything that's going to dissuade you from bidding a slam here on them?
Definitely not. Once you bid key
We,
card, if partner has shown you enough key cards to play at least small slam, you must bid the slam. We do not play chicken key card.
I'm so happy you brought that up. That's like one of Gavin's favorite sayings as well. So I was going to chime in with it also. The chicken key card / chicken blackwood. We have enough key cards. 2 with the queen is enough. We bid if we were intending to, and we find ourselves in a good spot. They did, in fact, have that 11 card diamond fit. We're going to need a little bit of luck maybe in one of these suits to figure this out, but let's take our time on this one. Let's play this first trick and see what happens next, and we'll make our choice there. Okay. Obviously,
This
they
is sort of like a disaster hand. They
well,
have
we're gonna need a little bit of luck here. I would guess the club is offside just based on my knowledge of robot play. Like they
well,
usually will
so
put you to the test immediately. So
also what happened at trick one? It went diamond to the king, right?
went
So
diamond to
we
the
probably
king.
has the ace king of
Yep.
diamonds, and
Which
you know,
means
so
that we're hoping the spades are breaking basically on this one.
well,
Or
we need the spades and the hearts to break because we
true.
need the entries to get to the spade suit.
Well, the spades break, we don't need the entries, right? Do they have oh no, sorry, they excuse me.
We have to
I
contend
thought that
with
was a
this
six
queen of
card suit.
spades
That's only
card,
a
yeah.
5 card suit.
So
Ouch.
let's see here. Let's start by winning this ace.
Yeah, for
Ducking
sure.
seems like a
Ducking seems
not
like
a
we're
good
down one. Yep.
situation.
All right.
All right, so I would cash a high spade, see what happens.
See if we're getting okay. I don't know. That's good and bad, I guess.
All right, so now we play.
Heart to the ace, heart to the queen.
Yep.
Yay.
No, okay, so it's still a little precarious because you don't have the nine of spades, so you need hearts to be 2-2. If you have to draw 3 rounds of trumps, the spades are blocked.
Luckily, they were 2-2.
They were 2-2. So if, let's say, West had shown out of hearts, that would be our only way to make the contract because we could safely play all the spades and cross in hearts.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Not the best contract, but in our defense, this robot did not have to splinter with this hand.
It was. I mean, I don't know how the robots treat their splinters, but
I
they
mean, no, I think you're supposed to splinter with the hand because if partner has a stiff spade, you have a stiff diamond. Like, as long as your shortnesses aren't matching, like,
yeah.
you're in good shape. But it was the pretty,
I mean,
pretty
honestly,
bottom of the
if you,
barrel.
I mean, even if you construct that handle, like put the queen of spades over there instead of the jack. I mean, it's certainly a much easier
Yeah,
spot as
what is
well.
this queen jack of clubs?
Yeah,
Come
I know.
on.
Queen jack of
Give us some
clubs and jack
spades
fit the
one time.
spades. At least, hey, it was good enough. It was good enough. It was good enough. Okay.
So Gail is asking
We'll
what
slow down
happened to
for you,
let's
Gail.
slow
Sorry.
down.
How are we doing out there, folks? Just a quick chat. We will try to slow down for you. We got a little excited on that one because we got to bid a slam against our buddy Brad there. But we're starting on this one. We're in fourth seat. I don't think I would ever consider passing this hand anyway, but and it does equal the rule of 15 if you're counting for that. In the fourth chair, if you add all of your high card points to the number of spades that you have, if it comes to 15 or more, mathematically it says you should open, right? Because you're getting a better kind of you're buying a less likely spot where they can control that spade suit. Here in robot tournaments, especially where we have the best hand, it is just right to open the bidding pretty much always in these spots. And partner responds a spade, and it's back to us. So let's ask the audience first on them, and then let's ask you. What are you guys going to bid in response to one spade here? Remember, it went three passes. We opened a heart, and partner responded one spade. Make your bid.
So lots of normal action responses coming out in the chat. But let's consider one thing. In this auction in particular, we know partners a past hand.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you might consider not bidding over a spade.
Sometimes, for sure.
Sometimes. I'm not saying with this one you should, but
it's too good for this, I think, but it's close. I don't know. I mean, I think partner could have a good enough hand maybe with this sort of shape.
I mean, let's also factor in that we know we have the best hand at the table.
For sure. That's the key thing that helps us to maybe pass this, knowing that we're 12 opposite 12. Well, really 12 opposite 11 at best on them because they would have opened their 12s over there.
So what hand do we need partner to have for your most likely game is spades. So definitely I wouldn't bid 2 clubs. I would just raise spades.
Yeah, I agree.
That's your most likely game.
If we're
you
thinking about
bidding,
clubs. Right, 2 clubs is kind of the second best. 2 spades is the best. And
right.
And pass is in the mix for sure, I think.
always you're trying to consider in these auctions, like what is your goal? On this hand, your goal is to try and get to a spade game if possible. We know
Right.
partner doesn't have a heart fit. They didn't raise or bid jury.
Whoa, very good
And
point. Can we back up and chat about that? Because this is something that's super important in this position when we've opened in third or fourth chair. We have the fit denial in the mix with these responses because partner does have a way to raise normally, but also show a limit raise with at least 3 card support or a limit ish with their jury bid. Right. So when you're playing jury, you get this nice negative inference here that Anam's talking about. It's cool stuff.
so, I mean, I guess your ideal hand for four spades is a
Ace doubleton of hearts and like
stiff
nothing wasted in
club.
diamonds. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of want to have a secondary club fit. Otherwise, you're going to be roughing a lot of diamonds.
I mean, pass is the more I look at it and think about it, pass is still in the mix. I think the other bit is 2 spades. I could flip a coin with either. The only thing that makes me think 2 spades is just in the outside chance that we can make a game. It's a huge loss if our opponent bid 2 spades and gets to play a game. But again, that might be good for us. You
Yeah, I
pick them.
mean,
You pick
I'm a
your.
passer, but
All
two
right.
spades is pretty normal.
Let's pass and see what we bought.
Yeah, I would only pass because again, we know we have the best hand at the table.
Yeah, and we bought some wastage over there, right? Partners king queen of diamonds. They're giving us a little bit of help here for sure. Okay, let's take a moment, guys. Let me dial it in for you guys. First things first. The opponents led a diamond initially to the ace, and we're playing it from this side. It doesn't really matter, but this is our declare. This is the dummy. And they led a diamond to the ace, and now they've led a spade to the east's queen, and we've won the ace of spades. So take a second, plan out your play from here, and then we will make our play right afterwards. And if you want, plan out a few tricks for sure.
Also, we got very, very friendly defense to start.
I know. This might be a
At
loss
this
for us
point,
on
I
them.
think it'll be a little hard not to take 10 tricks.
If this ends up losing, I'm gonna have to be, more forceful in my original decision. You talked me into this.
Hey, based on looking at
I'm
South
pre-blaming.
cards, I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah, a club lead makes this a heck of a lot different, doesn't it?
I mean, you just have four losers on the club
Exactly.
lead.
I'm totally joking. All right. The key thing to remember when we have a nice side suit that we plan on running and we have entries to it is when we have a trump suit, we are almost always going to draw trump and run this side suit to its completion. We don't want to be interrupted if possible. And here we can see that we are going to have a pathway to set up hearts. And we can pitch some clubs on those nice diamonds over there as well, but that's not necessarily the biggest priority at this point. We may do that when we get over there. But here it's just let's get rid of some trump, and they're dividing nice and evenly for us. We can pitch diamonds, pitch some clubs now, I suppose. It's not really going to matter, right? Because we're going to pitch those clubs over there eventually. Here we have just the foolproof setup of hearts. We have the entry to our hand, and there she blows. So plus 200, not necessarily the best score on offense, but pretty good if that's the way the auction went at the other table.
But in general, this hand was very friendly to us. We got a good trump split, the queen on side, no club lead.
And let's look at the gib here. We'll show the double dummy, and we'll see that I guess even a club lead we can make. Yeah, we only make 3, obviously. That we were only in 1, I forgot. So we make 2 over tricks, just like we said. We lose 2 clubs, a diamond, and a heart. Nothing we can do about it. But here we cannot predict when the robot's going to be super helpful on their opening lead. But we can actually ask you what you guys want to bid with this hand. Pass 1 diamond on your right. Make your call, guys. What are you bidding here? I gotta say, I would be not committed to a particular bid here. I think I would be maybe more committed towards one or the other. And folks, just as a curiosity, let us know where you're from in the chat as well. I mean,
Well, we have
I definitely do not mind passing with these hands on them.
I think this is an instantaneous pass.
Yeah,
There are times to make an off-shape double. This I don't think is one of them, particularly because you have half of your hand in diamonds, your short suit. It's not going to really help establish anything. Partner's a passed hand. Bidding's going to get you into a lot of trouble.
yep.
As for overcalling two clubs, let's take a look at this club suit. Are you proud of it? Is anyone proud of this club suit?
Well, also let's just ask if the opponents end up declaring something from our left, especially, do we want clubs led? I mean, maybe depending on the contract, but if it's something else, do we want to necessarily get partner off to this lead always? This if it was better, you would think about it, or if the suit was better and longer for sure, a 6 card suit, you would certainly maybe consider it. But all the things are pointing toward this is terrible for us, especially what we haven't talked about is just the vulnerability on this hand. Not that
Right.
we can
To
get in a
me,
lot of
doubling
trouble.
bidding two clubs is just asking to get doubled and
Yeah,
some bad stuff's gonna
or
happen.
just go minus 200 naturally if partner just chooses to compete for some reason on top of our overcall. So let's see what we can get into by passing. Ooh, okay.
Oh, we
We
have
will
someone
let
from
them play
Norfolk
some
in the
clubs.
audience.
Ooh,
I
very
don't think I'll
nice.
ever go back to Norfolk. I got a speeding ticket there once. It was
So
not a
wait,
happy time.
wait a second, wait a second. Are you saying you're never going to go back, or you're not allowed back? Have you settled this
Hey,
speeding
I'm
ticket?
making my personal life choices. I've not been infringed upon. I'm just, scarred. Some PTSD here.
Bad luck. I don't see any reason for us to not want to defend 3 clubs on this hand. So we're gonna just sit back and let them play 3 clubs on our left, for lack of
So
any
we
other good
have
ideas. We have a
oh,
lot
look at this. They're
of
playing
good
clubs.
stuff. Yes, you didn't see they bid 3 clubs on our left and it went all float. So the auction, this was just what it should be, by the way. If you're not playing something conventional, 1 diamond, 3 clubs should be this. It should be like a 6 card suit and invitational, like good 10 to 11 ish, something like that.
Right. Well, we have people from everywhere.
I
We've
love
got
it. Ooh,
Texas,
St.
the
Croix.
East
Let's
Coast,
talk
the
next winter,
Midwest.
Bob. This is awesome. We know we have, I think it's Gary from Singapore also. I think if I remember correctly, I could be wrong.
We
Hi,
have a return viewer. Welcome.
hi from all over, guys. And now we get to defend 3 clubs, and bingo, partner gets off to that nice diamond lead for us. And see what happens when you don't bid, guys. When you're not in the auction, good things can happen for sure. All right, so diamond to the king. We're going to win our ace. What are we thinking about defensively, just in general at this point? From our perspective, what are we trying to do, and what do we know based on kind of the action so far, basically?
You're right, David. If I never went back to everywhere I got a speeding ticket from, I'd be
You
kind of
might be
grounded or
outlawed from the
restricted to
states,
planes.
basically.
Um, but let's see here. We need 5 tricks on defense, and it looks like we have 3, and one club is 4. So we need one more trick.
And we also
What is the
well
we also what?
well I was just gonna think we don't want to be on lead too often in this situation if we can avoid it, right? I mean, we don't want to go out of our way to give them tricks either, but it might not be the best thing for us to be on lead too often with this hand, I would think.
Also, let's take a beat to count out everyone's hand. Let's do some
Sure.
functional training for your mind here.
Yeah, we started
Remember,
with
we know East has an invitational hand, and we started with
13.
13,
Yep.
and Dummy has
12.
12. So what's partner's range here? What can we play partner for?
let's
What kind of
ask
help are
let's
we
ask the
expecting?
audience. Yeah, what's partner's range of values on this hand, guys? Remember, dummy had 12, we have 13. We had 13. And Lefty showed you would guess with a 6 card suit, this which is what this is absolutely supposed to be minimum. This would be around a good 10 or 11, right? Sometimes maybe a really good 9, but you would say 10 or 11. So with that information, what's north our partner's range here? What are they helping us out with on defense? I love this. Everyone from this, I hope, is a good time for everybody all across the country. all
So,
across the
I
world.
don't see any numbers in the chat yet.
It's a
Are
little
we
delayed.
counting?
We'll give them a chance. There it is.
All right. So it's a good range. It's a healthy range. We can maybe count on one trick from partner is what I'm hearing. It's possible. So we're not on our own. That's a huge inference from when you're deciding how to defend.
Yep. And here
So really you just
we have basically 35 or 36 points in all three of the hands that we've kind of heard information about. So that means we have like 4, 5, 6 points in the North player's hand. So one trick, maybe two if we're super lucky. But what are we doing
sort
with
of
trick two?
hoping that they don't have the Queen of Hearts. That would be bad,
For
but
sure.
maybe likely. So let's see here. As Rob said, we sort of don't want to be on lead to give away extra tricks at any point. So there's a fine line between like making sure you're not on lead
And
and
giving
giving
up.
up tricks.
Yes.
So what are we trying to cash here?
Spade looks bad to cash. And
Exactly.
diamond might not be terrible. If partner has some jack third or fourth, something sorry, jack fourth or something like that. I mean, I don't
Um,
necessarily want to lead a heart either. I mean, partner certainly can't have shortness there, right?
yeah, I
These
think
two.
maybe the diamond would be great just because, we don't want to get thrown back in with that. And if partner has doesn't okay.
He played the jack and
And
then
we see
unblocked
the
from dummy for
the
some reason.
10. Interesting. Okay,
So yeah,
so if we were playing
diamonds.
against people, that would not be a good play. Now we know who has the 9.
Right.
But I guess now we try and exit a club. What else can we do?
Sure. Let's see. It's not the worst sign right there. Okay, so real quick, guys, how many clubs did West start with? Make your guess in the chat. Shouldn't be a guess, you know. Tell me how many clubs West started with. Counting is not easy, but it is a learnable skill when you practice. And you can practice this Wednesday morning, or excuse me, this Wednesday afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Yeah, we knew it was 6, but it could have been 7. That's the other
It could have
thing.
been 7,
It could
exactly.
have been 7. So if partner had shown out, we would have known it was 7. Here we know it's 6, and we know it's like ace, queen, jack, 10, 9, 6. Right? It's like a solidish missing the king. So I think we're kind of stuck looking for our tricks in. Well, this kind of rates for partner to have the ace of hearts now, right? On him, he's kind of marked for it at this point.
Yeah, we've seen ace, queen, jack of clubs, jack of diamonds,
Yep.
and
And he can only have the jack of spades. So ace of hearts. Let's get it.
I just for sure partner probably has. So if partner's marked with the ace of hearts, I think probably it's a little superior to play cash the ace of
I
spades
thought, yeah,
first.
I was just, I was thinking through, but we don't have enough tricks left for this to really make any difference, right? So this
Well,
was,
so sometimes we can be helpful partners, right? Just in case partner's not counting and randomly just plays back a heart or something weird.
yeah.
Like also it looks like West has another diamond, so if we cash the spade and force partner to play a diamond back for the rough.
No, I don't think they had just 2 diamonds to begin with. The jack 9 10.
They just played the jack for
Yeah,
oh they started with the
they
9.
played the 9
Okay.
first. Yeah, we just clipped that off. All right. So far, I mean, having plus scores in an imp match is usually pretty good stuff. I would say the 2 questionable results we have here, and the reason we're doing this, at least at this point on, is just kind of see what we might need to do in these last 3 boards, if anything. The first board was kind of a game we just can't make, right? So we're not too worried about that. This one would be the only one we'd be too worried about. And our question would be, did Brad bid over 1 spade? He might have, and that was a vulnerable one. So we might have a little work to do, but I don't think anything's too terrible at this point. And I didn't really hear him say anything after this match at all, like lamenting either poor play or good play, which I think either one would have been, I would likely have heard something on either side. So I think we would still have a
Maybe he just
chance.
didn't want to give you the read.
I told him not to give me any read other than he finished it. But here, 1-0, 3-0, perfect. You expect him to lead a major. They lead a club, which is perfect for them. But guys, take a moment, count your winners, and plan your play. And also, if you want, make your play to this first trick. Jack of clubs led from your left. And we're playing 3-0 trump. And you are playing against a two-time world champion, Brad Moss, who, if you're watching, Brad, people have mistaken Brad and I, apparently. They say we look similar on him. And I just have one thing to say to that. Brad, if you're listening, you are a handsome devil, sir. All right, so how many tricks do we have? And what is your play here, these first few tricks? If we had 9 tricks, it's a much easier play, right? If we count our winners and we have 9, or at least it's less to worry about on them. But the problem is the first thing we should do in these situations is we should see where we are, where our trick count is at. And right now we have 6 diamonds, and we know it's all 6 just because of the power and the number we have. We have a club. We have the ace of spades. That's 8. So I would always be ducking this for 2 reasons. I want to disrupt them, and I know I'm going to likely have to lose a trick to gain one, right, on them. We can't get to a 9th trick unless either they pitch one for us, which we might be able to get working as well, or unless we can develop a trick somehow without either losing it or losing and creating a trick.
So I'm sort of trying to think of the end game here. Um, you have 6 diamonds. You're gonna need to make some pitches from your hand too, and you're gonna need to guess something. Because let's say you duck twice and win the third club, pitching a spade. Um, like now you're gonna be forced to exit a heart because you can't play low spade to the queen and hope to take a trick.
Yeah.
So ducking will gain if clubs are 5-3. If they're 4-4, it doesn't matter if you duck. So I'm just trying to sort of see if
the one thing that Gary mentions
would be more likely
is the other detail, especially with the robots as opponents, is they will switch sometimes when it makes no sense for them to switch. So ducking 1 round might be okay for us, even if we weren't going to duck 2, just to see if maybe they switch to a beneficial card for us.
Well, it would still give us the exit problem, but I hear you.
I get you. I totally get you.
I guess we're ducking. I guess that's the consensus.
Let's see. We can still play the ace, but is this queen really? Let's see. Jack 10. King Jack 10, some length. I mean,
so, for sure we're ducking now, right?
Yeah, but okay, that's not really making a huge difference. All right, do we want to duck again, or do we play the ace? Are we committed?
I would duck one more time. Well, if you duck one more time and they play a heart through, now again, yes.
So we're gonna pitch a spade.
Mm-hmm.
And now we will play some diamonds.
Yep.
Diamonds were 2-1. Lefty pitched a heart. They both pitched spades. There went a club. All right, so now we have guess time.
So they pitched 1 club, not 2.
Just 1 from our lefty.
So if we play, let's say, ace of spades and a spade, then they have 1 club casher. So we still always have to guess hearts.
I think so.
Sort of weird to pitch the club if they were looking at the ace of hearts, though. I think I would play a heart to the king.
I liked that, and also Still be 4-4, I suppose, right? Okay.
Well, if they were 4-4, maybe they wouldn't overtake the club. No, we're just hoping that they were unplayed in spades. Oh, they had both.
Yeah, they had both. It didn't really make a huge difference what we did. Ace queen of hearts offside. Good lead by the opponents. They got off to the killer. Did we have a line where if we couldn't? Yeah, there was nothing. Even if we hop ace at trick one, they can still just get us, right?
Yeah.
It's there. As long as they defend somewhat normally, we are in trouble. Okay, 2 to go. We have 18 and a nice 5-card diamond suit. Oh, okay. 1 diamond, 2 no. This is just 11 or 12, so we're going to play 3 no trump. Right. There's no reason for us to go any higher here. We don't have a slam, unfortunately, with partner inviting game here. If they bid 3 no, we would have a chance, but we're going to play a very, very easy 3 no, it looks like. All right, guys, take a moment. Count up your winners. Make your plan here. This one could be some interesting spots for some over tricks that are kind of safe on them. And you're joining us from sunny Arizona as well at this point, traveling the country.
Yes, yes. Arizona today.
Tampa next week for the remote
Tampa next
drop-in.
week.
Nice.
Actually, I think, yeah, Tampa next week. Sounds about right.
We are dipping into your vacation schedule. I like it. You can come right from the beach if you want. Just give us a nice scene behind you.
All right, let's see here. So we have, as someone said, 8 easy tricks. Where are other tricks coming from?
I would say, if I'm counting winners, I would say 7, just to be technical, right? We have 3 diamonds, we have 3 hearts of 6, we have the ace of clubs of 7. However, we know we're going to develop tricks. We don't know. We are very confident we're going to develop tricks in clubs, at least one of those, maybe all of them for all we know. And we are pretty confident we can get some extra diamond tricks as well. Right. So we should always start with the exact winners because it'll give you, your strategy will be obvious from that point. When you're looking at these suits, you can kind of say, okay, I know where I am, and when I get here, I can reevaluate, and so on and so forth. And here, where do we want to win this is the question. What do we want to break first? Do we want to play diamonds and give them some choices on them, or do we want to take a club finesse first and see what's doing there?
Well, someone brought up this interesting thing about protecting the king of
King of
spades.
spades, yeah.
So if we never play spades, we guarantee a spade trick.
Yep.
No matter what. So it's not so much protecting the king of spades as not playing a spade ourselves is what we want to avoid.
Right. And
because even if East wins the lead and plays a spade, you just play a small spade and you'll always take one spade trick.
And that's because of the jack that we have in the other hand. And
exactly.
And obviously if Wes leads it, it's the right person. But yeah, if we didn't have the jack in our hand, now
this would be way more important.
Yeah. So exactly. Now the king is just twisting out there, and if the ace is wrong, it's a disaster for us if East leads. So good picking that out, but the jack kind of gives us at least a safety margin there, especially because it's jack third as well, jack doubleton.
Exactly. Jack in one is equivalent to just guarding the king.
Right, exactly. All right. I don't know. What do you think, Donham? Do you want to play a heart to the king, club to the jack, or do you want to just start playing some diamonds? But now we have some questions on what we're going to pitch from that north hand, don't we?
Well, I definitely want to play clubs. It's more like, do we play club to the jack or do we run the queen? What is correct?
I don't even know. You tell me.
So
on this one, missing the 10 with queen 9-8, that's a good question. We could robot it up and play the 9 and see if they.
Because yeah, if we're trying to trick the robots, that's a good way to
I would
do
much
it.
prefer to. I'm not sure what the right play is as far as his combo is concerned, to be honest.
Here, probably we just need one extra trick, so we'll guarantee it by club to the jack.
Club to the jack. Nice. We didn't see the 10. Your play.
Well, it looks like the king of clubs is marked.
Yep.
So we have this interesting position where if we cross back to the north hand and play the queen of clubs,
We're hoping for 10x here.
10x, or like we can just guarantee another club because they're going to be forced to cover.
Right, and
The
then you
only
just
time this is
hammer it
wrong
up.
is if West ducked with king length in clubs or king third.
And they're up to that these days, but I would say I would bet against it happening.
Well, king third is still equivalent because the 10 will come down in the next round,
Sure.
but you know, king 10 fourth would be the bad one.
All right, let's cross.
So I
Oh,
would
we can
cross
cross
back
and
and
plunk
play a
that queen
top
down.
club.
Ooh. Okay. They definitely ducked with a little bit of that. Well, let's cash the ace of clubs first and see what's doing. Okay. We got our trick.
See, it was 3-3 clubs, so
Yeah, and then
we
we
could
and 3-2 diamonds, so we will
now
now
we just
just
shed a
use a
spade.
spade. All right. We will take it to Brad on that one. Oh, I meant to say we have to lose the ace of spades there. Trying to sneak one in on that robot. They never let you. They never let it happen. All right, guys. Last chance to excel. Our last board. Oh, I love this one. One club pass to you. Make your bid. And this might be, you know, our last chance to actually get one up on our two-time world champion opponent there. Brad is a tough, tough opponent. One club pass to you. What would you do? What do you think Brad would do? I know what I want to do. I'll give it a few seconds here for you guys to make your bids. I would probably do the same thing in either format, I would think.
Yeah,
This
let's
hand.
let's hone in on this one diamond in imps. What are we trying to do with that?
Kevin. Kevin, I think Kevin puts one in and says pass and hope 3-no Trump goes down. And wait, I will tell you this, Kevin. I love that play if we think we're behind. If we thought we were way more behind than I mean, we could be behind for sure. If he raised the two spades on that one hand, we might in fact need to do something weird like that. But I don't know. I feel like we can't be that far behind. But Kevin, if we were and we wanted to do something super weird, passing or maybe bidding 1-no Trump or something, it wouldn't be the worst possible,
Yeah,
way to kind of
one no
get one
Trump is
over.
probably a little bit better than
Then
pass.
pass exactly. But here we're gonna bid 3-no, right? This is I think on them 13 to 15
I mean,
balanced,
to
no
me, the
forehead.
only reason not to bid 3-no Trump is you're trying to get North to declare the no Trump with ace third, jack nine third in the majors. Like if best case scenario, a
Understood.
club, a diamond, partner bids 1-no, you bid 3-no.
Sure.
2-no Trump is a little bit of an underbid with the robots. If your
It's
style is aggressive, I can certainly understand 2-no Trump. In my normal partnerships, I would bid an invitational no Trump
because of
with
the fact
the
that you're
south
four
hand.
triple three and your partner's open like with a wide
And we've
range.
opened not vulnerable. We like to give partner a good leash here.
I totally get that. Yeah.
But here, I don't think we need to do anything crazy. We'll just
Yeah,
do the normal thing.
let's be Brad. This is probably what he's doing. I mean, you might be a little worried about like this spade position for sure, and here we're going to see that concept that we just talked about at play here on him. They're leading a spade into almost the exact position we talked about on the last hand, king and one
Mm-hmm.
opposite jack third. Make your play, folks. What are you playing from dummy? And let me say to Kevin from Western New York, I can't say go Bills because I'm a Raider fan, but I am from Syracuse, New York originally, so I'm very familiar with that entire area. But I can't forgive 56-0 in Rich Stadium. It's brutal. Yeah, good stuff already in the chat there.
Yep, yep,
Low is the pathway to a stopper, right? We are
yep.
guaranteed
It
a stopper in this
guarantees
suit.
a trick.
If let's say we played the king, they could win the ace, and now if the queen and 10 are to our left, we are totally cooked with no stopper. So here is our one stopper. And now make your play, folks. And then we'll have Anna make her play, and then we will be victorious, maybe? I don't know. We're off to a dubious start because that lead was very good for them.
Yeah, we kind of have to hope spades are 4-4,
Yeah, for sure.
which we can't tell right away because we did not see the two of spades anywhere.
Right. We saw 4, 3, 7, 9.
So I would just hope that spades are 4-4 and just try and set up clubs.
Yep. And there's a couple ways we could play this suit as well. What do you like when you're holding this? Queen third, opposite ace 10, 9, fifth.
Um, Here, let's see. Can we guard against the jack? I mean, just running the queen seems normal to me.
I think that's pretty normal also. We kind of like it when, oh, okay, we'll take that. And we now hope that the spades are behaving to some degree. Deuce, nope. Okay.
Does not look like that they are.
Okay, let's see. And now we're done. Oh well.
So 2 no Trump was the winning call.
or just bidding 1 no Trump would have been it. Okay, let's see. They're gonna hit us with the truth here. Let's see, Brad. How did you do, sir? Sometimes there's a little
If we
lag to
lose
the
because of the
score.
game, guys, I apologize, but I would stick to my guns on
Whoa.
that one, playing
Oh, there
best
it is.
hand.
Oh, he went down in 6 hearts. He did bid 4 spades. We were ahead and didn't even know it. My goodness. Take a
Huh.
look at that, guys. Hang on. Let me see if I can find a better way to see this. I think, no, it doesn't score it up in the history here. I think. Hang on a second. Let's get out of here, guys. And let's see if we can get a better look. Recent tournaments.
Wait,
There's
can we look at this
action.
comparison again?
Yes. I'm
The
trying to get
board
to it right
one.
here.
What was Brad's board one?
Brad's board 1 was 1 no Trump.
1 no, down
Down
one. We
1.
played it better, guys.
Yeah, we did. At on board 1, it went 1 heart, 1 no Trump, and he passed. To be honest, that was in our mix at that point. That was very
Yeah.
reasonable, and it looks like they must have gotten off to a different lead against that. Actually, if it went 1 no, they got off to a spade lead, and yep, he kind of had the same sort of line here, except
Well, if you don't split in the club suit, then the clubs are just toast.
yeah, and they came through a diamond, and then it's just. And
Okay.
this was the big one. 6 hearts down 1. It looks like he might have just accidentally seen a. Yep, there
Well, he
it
took a
was.
first round spades nest.
Yep, and that lost. Well, this one though, there it
But
was.
we matched the auction, guys.
Yep, the auction was exactly the same at each table. 1 spade, sorry, 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts, 4 diamonds, and then it was just straight key cards. So
And
sorry,
the board four, did he just raise to 2 spades? Is
he
that what
did.
happened?
He did, and then they made a game try, 3 clubs, and he just bid 4 spades. And I mean, it's such a weird game try for them with 3 small, but I guess they just didn't know what to do. They don't
It's
like
a
to bid
good
3
it's a good
spades.
game try on this hand. They need to lead a club to beat it.
Yep. And that kept them off of it, basically. They led the same thing.
Yep.
They led the jack of diamonds to the ace, and then it went diamond through, and that was it. So that was all over. Wow. So I got to say, on him, we should just retire. I think this show is over. We lost to Joe by 1 in a 2-1 match, and then we beat Brad Moss. I mean, are we taking their place on their team? Is that what's happening here?
Well, I think, we should keep this good luck going.
Well,
See how long we can go.
we're bound to get just absolutely destroyed once, and we'll have fun with that one too on them, just like we do on Wednesday morning. So, guys, thanks a lot for joining.
I mean, the thing in bridge is even if you lose in an entertaining way, it's still tolerable. I'm just saying.
That's exactly. Honestly, if you are losing at bridge, which everybody is doing probably way more often than they win, if you're a normal bridge player, as long as you're having a good time, that is all that matters. And if you learn a little bit here and there, that is also good. Any questions you guys have about any of these boards, pop those into the chat right now. We'll stick around for a few minutes. But we hope you're enjoying this new session, especially totally different time, and you get a chance to see another session tomorrow morning in the match point version of this, the Wednesday morning tournament. And we'll try to get another good pro next week. I don't know. They might start ducking us on them if we start putting up numbers like this.
Well,
But
that's good. That's great for us.
this is a good pub. We will only also I think we can come up with a reasonable strategy that when we get dusted, we'll just scrape that video right off of YouTube and never let it be seen in the light of
Is that
day.
how the internet works? It's very unclear to me.
Well, guys, thanks a lot. I don't see any pressing questions in the chat, so we will let you guys go. We hope to see you
Thanks,
again
guys. Have a good
next
one.
Tuesday evening. And until then, good luck at the tables, guys. Take care. All right, sweet.